Jimmy with cuffing stuff. Well, man, one of these cold, blustery winter days, you come in from work, you want something that'll warm you all the way to the core, but you don't have anything cooked. So what do? Well, how about a beef stew that you can cook quick? Well, we're going to show you how to come running in from work, prepare one. The prep work doesn't take long. It doesn't take long to cook. We're going to do it in the Instant Pot. We're going to do it right quick. Oh, it is so delicious. So hang tight. Okay, well, what I've got here, this is just a little over 2 pounds of chuck roast. All right, so I'm going to take and I'm going to cut it up into chunks. I prefer using a chuck roast instead of like stew meat, just because of the marbling and the flavor that you get out of a chuck roast. And we're going to cut it into reasonable sized bites of squares here. Okay. That little piece. Okay. All I'm gonna do for seasoning is I'm gonna put some pepper. Now remember, what's on this meat is mostly gonna season the whole thing. So I don't have to be that gentle in the seasoning on this, and this is a good bit of meat. Salt and pepper. All right. Now, we've cut up the vegetables, the potatoes, the tomatoes are ready to go, the meat's ready to go. All right, so let's start putting it together. You see, there's the saute button. We're going to turn it on. We're going to take, and this is olive oil. We're going to put a little olive oil down in the pot, and we're going to let her heat. She says on. And when you see that oil start to stirring around in there, you know you got her warmed up. Shouldn't take but a couple of minutes. Okay, well, our oil is hot. We're gonna start putting this beef in. I think probably we're gonna end up doing about half at a time. You don't wanna crowd it too much, because you want to make sure you get it browned on all the sides. So you just put it in and keep it stirring till you get it browned. Okay, we got our meat on its way to being browned. Let's dump our onion in here, and just for good measure, I'm going to take and put just a little bit more olive oil on top of these onions, and I'm going to stir them in, and we're going to start to soften the onions up. We're going to saute them just a little bit. So we're going to let all of this saute together for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. We'll let them soften up, and then we'll bring you back. Okay, so we've got it pretty well browned up. We're going to take the meat off and put it on a plate. Then we're going to deglaze the pot. What's that? Well, the brown stuff that accumulates on the bottom when you brown meat and stuff, that forms a glaze on the bottom. I'm told you will get a burn error if you leave it on it, and it just adds flavor. So we're going to turn the Instant Pot off, and we're going to take, this is red wine. We're going to pour a red wine down in it, about that much, and we're going to take our wooden spoon and we're just going to scrape. And see, that just comes right up and it comes into the liquid. We scrape that off, and let's get that up and I'll bring you right back. All right, while this is cooling off, and I usually do it after I've turned it off, that's a big heaping tablespoon of minced garlic. And the reason I wait is because the last thing in the world I want this minced garlic to do is to burn. It will not taste good. It's very bad. All right, so we've got that stirred in. Next, let's add our meat right back into the pot here. There we go. Okay, next we're going to pour a half a cup of beef broth, and we're going to stir it in. Next, this is prepared horseradish. Now, this is not horseradish sauce. This is like horseradish that has been grated. You can find it at most of the big box stores. This is about 3 pounds of potatoes, and you see that's just about filling this up. We're going to put in our carrots. We're going to put about a good tablespoon of thyme. I'm going to add a couple of leaves of bay leaves. I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. We're going to put one of the large cans of crushed tomatoes. And let's start stirring this in here. And I think that's just about all we're gonna get in this great big pot. Now, normally you cook this for about 20 minutes a pound. We're gonna we're going to start. We're going to cook this for about 40 minutes. One thing I'm going to add that will finish this off is the rest of this liquid, and we're going to put 2 cups of beef broth. On top of that, again, let's stir all of this up where it'll mix good. Okay, so we're going to go over here to pressure cook. We got it on normal, high pressure. We're going to cook this for 40 minutes. So let's run it up to 40 minutes here. All right. We're going to check and make sure that the switch is on sealed. There you go. Lock it down. It's on. And this cook is off. That's all there is to the prep. And we're going to let her rock and roll. Okay. Well, as you see, we have let it naturally event about almost 25 minutes. And we're going to open the vent and let her vent. Let's see what we've got. And there we go. The little metal button dropped. Let's see what we have. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. All right. So we're still bubbling. We're going to hit saute. Let's turn that on. Hit saute. And while we're doing that, we're going to make our cornstarch slurry. All right, so I have 5 tablespoons of water, and I'm going to put, that was a big heaping one, so about 2. And we want to just stir it around and stir it around, and we want to get it mixed good. This may take a minute or so just to get this slurry like we want it. And that's getting there. It ain't taking too long. All right, let's take this slurry and let's dump it in. And what we're going to do is we're going to use that to thicken up this beef stew. And look, oh my goodness. When you find those, you can take them out now. They have done their job. The little bay leaves. That way nobody has to pick them out of their bowl. But you can see the carrots have cooked down. The potatoes are softened up. There's the other bay leaf. Let's get him out of there. All right. Well, look how this is thickened up. The beef in it. Oh my goodness. There's nothing to do but try a bite of this. Here we go. cold January night, we're gonna try it. Oh, look how warm this is. See the steam? That chuck roast melts in your mouth. All the flavors have melded together. I honestly do not taste the horseradish. The horseradish just makes the other flavors pop. Oh my goodness, this is so good. I promise you, when the video ends, I'm gonna eat a couple of these bowls. The Instapot is a welcome addition to our cooking arsenal. This is going to be something we can do chili, we can do chicken, we can do beef and pork and just all kind of things in the house when the weather's bad. Soups, stews. This thing is going to be phenomenal and we're going to use it. Thanks for sticking around. If you haven't already, how about hit the circle on this side? I'll have another video for you selected just for you over here. Until next time, hang tight.